Hello everyone, this is Lolcohol, and in today's video we are going to be crafting some really nice Onslaught Elusive Tailwind boots from beginning to end in game, and I'm going to take you along on the journey. So to start off, what I want to do is first get a nice lab enchant on these boots. I don't want to create the boots and have to run them 1,000 times through labs. So first step is get the right enchant on these. Now you're probably, if you're familiar with Tailwind crafting, you're probably thinking, why are my main boots not Redeemer? Well, I got these ones from ROG, so I figured I would save some money and instead just buy some Hunter ones, since this was kind of half the puzzle. I am going to be elevating Onslaught and Tailwind. I might elevate Elusive as well, depending on how it goes, but for now the plan is just elevate Onslaught and Tailwind. So let's get to the first step and then we will keep going. Fire damage to attacks, bad. No, don't want that. What I'm looking for is tier 1 pen or attack and cast speed. Alright. Mana regen. Reduce mana cost. Alright, let's fill up these next 20 and pray we get something good. Alright. 6% movement speed. That's tier 3, I think. I'm not gonna... Okay, yep, that's tier 2. We want these boots to be nice, so I'm not accepting anything less than perfect. 8% chance to dodge. There we go. Alright, 16% increased attack and cast speed if you've killed recently. I'm super happy with this. I think... I'm not exactly sure. I'm guessing pen might be a little bit better, but I'm happy with this for now. I don't want to sit here spamming enchanted fossils for the next hour. So the next step is going to be getting Tailwind on these boots along with a second influence modifier. So to do that, it's time to get to the alteration spamming. Alrighty, this is going to be rough. To get Tailwind, it usually takes hundreds, 600, 700, 800, maybe even 1,000. So I'm going to speed through this and see you in just a little bit. Every time I hit a prefix and an open suffix, I am going to use an augment because it's essentially a free alteration at that point. I know that Tailwind is a suffix, so every time I get a prefix and an open suffix, I will augment it. And I'm also going nice and slowly because I don't want to accidentally roll past it. Oh, all right. That was very, very, very lucky. What's great about this is I didn't hit another prefix when I hit Tailwind. Also, I hit that pretty quickly. I think it was like 250 or something. So now the next step is going to be to craft on Suffixes cannot be changed, then Regal Orbit, and then we're going to Reforge, including a physical modifier. That will guarantee our second influence modifier. I haven't spoken about it, but for elevating items, we use something called a Maven's Orb. And what this does is it removes one influence modifier from an item with at least 2 influence modifiers. So we do need 2, we can't just have 1. And then it upgrades one of them. So it removes one and then upgrades the other one to a higher tier. So getting Tailwind is super hard. I don't want to just hit this thing with an Org right now because I'll probably hit life or mana or something. I want to be able to now guarantee a second influence modifier, and to do that, I'll show you what we're going to do next. Alright, so what you just saw was me unlocking Suffixes cannot be changed, which is the craft we need on this, and that costs another 2 exalts, so slap that on. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to imprint it, and then we are going to regal it, and then we are going to go and do a harvest, reforge, including a physical modifier. Let's go straight into that. We are at the menagerie, and this is the imprint beast. It is known as a Crayesic Chimeral. So we just right-click that, and now we have create an imprint of a magic item. So we're going to do that with this dude. Cool. Now we have our imprint. I'll explain why we have that in a bit, but the next step is to go to harvest and find a reforge with a physical modifier. Alright, so we have our boots. What we need to do next is, firstly, we're going to regal them so that they are rare. Otherwise, we can't reforge a rare. So the reason we created an imprint of this is that we could hit 3 influence mods, which would not be ideal, because then if we Maven orbit it, it's a lower chance of getting what we want. So what we have now is these boots. If we reforge with a physical modifier, we are guaranteed to get another influence mod. So let's just do that. And as you can see, we hit the poison and bleeding of the hunt. So now we have our tailwind and we have our of the hunt. Next step is the scary one. And that's going to be actually hitting this with a Maven orb. What's nice is if we fail this one, we can again just imprint it and then try again. If we fail this one, we're going to have to go back and try get these 2 mods again. By the way, the reason you want to have Redeemer on your better pair of boots is that what you should be doing is alt spamming for Onslaught, then suffixes cannot be changed, similar to the method I just did here. Suffixes cannot be changed, regal, then reforge with a crit modifier. That will guarantee you elusive, so you'll have boots with elusive and onslaught, then you elevate it. So even if you fail the elevation by hitting the wrong one, we want to hit onslaught, you still have elevated elusive, which you can then resell and then buy a new pair of boots. However, like I said, I got these with ROG, so I'm just gonna pray that we hit onslaught. Of course. Well, we hit elevated chill. Let's pray that we get these tailwind ones, and of course we didn't. Of course we didn't. Yay! So what we have to do is go back to this stage. Then we can regal this. Then we can reforge with physical. Once again, we have that. However, I'm an idiot and I did not first create an imprint. So if I fail this, I'm going to have to start from scratch and re-alteration the damn tailwind. Guys, don't be like me. Do this right. Slow down. Just slow down. Anyway, let's go buy yet another Maven Orb. RIP 3.5 4x. Alright. We're back. Let's just pray. I'm such an idiot for not re-imprinting these before I did that. Oh, please, game. Yes! Okay. Whew. Well, that was scary. Thank goodness. We have our first elevated base. Now what we need to do is go back and do these. I know I'm doing this wrong. I know I should be doing this on the other pair of boots, but, well, you get to learn by seeing someone make mistakes. However, I'm very happy that we at least have the first half of the puzzle. Let's go get these. Some Onslaught. There we go. Alright, another suffixes cannot be changed. This gets so expensive so very, very fast. Now what we can do is Reforge crit, which is going to give us elusive guaranteed. As you can see, there we have elusive. Now we need to go buy another Maven's Orb. Oh my goodness. This little pile of exiles is getting very low very quickly. Please hit the Onslaught. And 3, 2, 1, elusive, of course. So I figured I would try and turn my failure into a little teaching lesson so it doesn't go completely in vain. But as you can see, elevated elusive on a good pair of two-tone boots I-86 goes for about 4x or 5x even. However, if you do it on a bad base, you can see this is I-86, I-85. It sells for maybe an X, but these ones are not selling. So that is why you want to do it on the good pair of boots, not the bad pair of boots. So now I need to decide, am I going to be an idiot and try hit the onslaught again? Or am I going to just do it the right way and buy a pair of two-tone boots I-86 with Redeemer influence? Yep, this is why you do things right from the start, not afterwards. Okie doke. I have my new boots. I alt spam the onslaught, and now we have elusive. This is actually not a bad pair of boots. Please, game, give me the onslaught. Yay! All right. So we have our elevated onslaught. We have our elevated tailwind. Now, next step is gonna be the Awakener orb. So some people might prefer this base to this base. I want to use this base because I use evasion rating and energy shield. So what we do is we first click the Awakener orb on the pair of boots we want to delete. For those of you who don't know, Awakener orb destroys an item, applying its influence to another item of the same class. So they both have to be like boots or belts or gloves. And then the second item is reforged as a rare item with both influence types and new modifiers. So what we're going to do is click this one, and then we're going to click this, and we will have our tailwind and onslaught. And there you can see we have onslaught, tailwind. Unfortunately, what we got is a third suffix, a really bad third suffix. However, there is a way to deal with that. But first things first, let's head back to the crafting bench, spend another 2x, go suffixes cannot be changed. Then we are going to scour it, make sure the suffix is on there. All right, now what do we do to get rid of that increased stun and block recovery? Well, there's pretty much two things we can do. The one is to YOLO annul, which I will not be doing. However, another thing we can do is change a non-influence mod into an influence mod that will guarantee we hit the stun and block recovery. In a perfect world, what I would want to happen is we then change that into an influence prefix. Then we can go suffixes cannot be changed, scour, and then we will have our suffixes, just the onslaught and the tailwind. However, we could hit something else that's a suffix, and then we're kind of just locked in at that point. So let's head over to TFT and see what one of those costs. I'm guessing it's going to be very, very expensive. So I just had a look and change a non-influence modifier into an influence modifier, whatever the exact wording is 20 exalts. So I am going to stick with my crappy stun and block recovery and just move on to the next step. I mean, I could afford it, but it feels obscene. And another thing is I can, after I've done the prefixes, go back and change that if I really want to, but I mean, I don't want it that badly. So I essentially, in the last step, wasted 2x because I had suffixes cannot be changed, and then I scoured it before checking. What I should have done is checked and then decided. So now we have to go suffixes cannot be changed again. All right, and now we're gonna go and get that elusive, the elusive. And to get that, what we're going to do is reforge a rare item, including a critical modifier. This guarantees elusive, so we're going to go hit that. And now we have elusive, onslaught, tailwind boots. Great. And another really nice thing about this is that we have open prefixes, which means for our next step, we are pretty much guaranteed to get what we want. And to do that, we're gonna go do a tier 4 Ashling. Alrighty, we are going to get our tier 4 Ashling. I am doing this on the Forbidden Trove, and it's about 3x. However, this pretty much guarantees us our movement speed. So this guy's gonna go in, do that, and then give it back to us. Hopefully he doesn't scam us, but he's set as Awakened on TFT. So the way this works now is that Ashling will remove a random modifier and then add a veiled mod. So on the boots, we have suffixes cannot be changed. So our suffixes are safe, but it could remove the elusive, which is, I think, what it did. No, it didn't. Oh, wonderful. Excellent. Okay, so there was a 50-50 shot that it removed the suffixes cannot be changed, and a 50-50 shot that it removed the elusive. If we lost the elusive, we would have had to, again, go suffixes cannot be changed, Reforge crit, get the elusive, craft on suffixes cannot be changed, and then do another Ashling. So getting it first time, I think, saves about 7x. So let me just vouch for this dude, and then we'll do the final step of the puzzle. Okay, so before we unveil, what we want to do first is craft on mana. This increases our odds of unveiling movement speed. So we do that, then we head over to Jun, and we have a pretty damn high chance of getting movement speed, but there's still that feeling in my gut of, please don't screw me now, not now. Okay, there we go. And this is actually probably the best one. So movement speed and 11% increased movement speed if you haven't been hit. This is, I guess, it's pretty much tier 1 if we divine it. So unveil. Nice. We have our movement speed. And now for the last step, we are going to craft on. Well, you know what? I'm not going to divine these right now because they're going to be a little tricky to divine. But we can just go craft on the life, get as close to 70 as possible. There we go. Perfect. And, well, the boots, other than divining, are pretty much finished. There is one thing we could have done to elevate the elusive, but that's really advanced. So even though this was a bit of a bumpy ride in parts, what I'm going to do is I will link in the description. Elishah's got a video where he goes through this, and he does it on Craft of Exile. So it's a bit more cohesive and easy to follow compared to seeing it done in-game. But I figured since he's already made that video, why don't I actually do it in-game so you can see what the actual process of making a pair of boots like this look like. He also goes over how to elevate the elusive. So if you really want to go all in, then you can check out how to do that there. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed the ride. This whole process cost about, I think I had 90x at the start. So 40-ish X or so, something like that. I'm not complaining. These are pretty damn sick boots. Other than that sun and block recovery, they're close to perfect. So I'm very happy. Anyway, in the next video, I think what we're going to do is craft some very juicy SST cold conversion gloves, and then we'll see how much money we have left, and then it's probably going to be armor or a helmet or something. We'll see. But if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more of these sort of high-end elevated crafting videos, let me know and I will do them. Anyway, have a wonderful day, everyone. Stay safe and don't do elevated crafting. Bye-bye.
Divine power! Divine power! It's branching exile. You're making me nervous.